Can TSUYA take a one-star program, the Hawaiian Rainbow Warriors, who has never won a national championship, and turn them into a 5-star dynasty? College Football Recruiting Simulator starts now. Since I love the recruiting process of the game more than the actual gameplay, we're going to go with Recruiter. Let me know in the comments below if the alma mater or pipeline actually matter. Because what I've been doing lately is, so if I'm picking a team like the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors, I would go to the furthest continental US to help with the recruiting process. So I chose South Florida and Florida as my alma mater and my pipeline. And here we go. The first year of the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors recruiting process. Wow, we got 500 hours, which isn't much. The first thing I always do whenever I recruit is I'm gonna go for the 5-star prospects, even if I am a 1-star prestige team, because in order to build up your dynasty, you gotta give it a shot. Yeah, you don't have much hours, but in my opinion, let's start getting into that top 25 of recruiting classes. After recruiting all the 5-star recruits, we're gonna start going into the 4-star recruits. I usually fill up my entire recruiting board all the way to 35 and offer 35 scholarships to all of the recruits. And you're gonna see that when we start off, we don't got much hours, so we're not gonna be able to hold on to most of these recruits. Like every recruit that we try to that we don't put any hours into, we're gonna lose. But here's the reason why I do it. There are some recruits that even if you don't put any hours into, you can recruit instantly, which won't happen in the beginning. But also throughout the year, those recruits that you don't really put hours into are still going to stay with you. And then when you actually do have the hours available to put hours into them, then they might come around and you might still be able to sign them. I'm going to fill out the rest of my recruiting board with my team needs. So I think I needed a kicker and a punter here. I think when it comes to starting off and building a program like the Rainbow Warriors, who's a 1-star prestige, you just go for the home runs. Try to hit those 5-star, 4-stars. Most likely at the end of the year, you're gonna be left with all the 3-star recruits. So it's up to you if you want to fill up your board with 3-star recruits. This might be controversial and people might have a different gameplay, but for me, I go for the home run, the 5-stars, the 4-stars, and then whatever's left over throughout the year, towards the end of the year, you can always pick up the 3-stars because they'll still be there. So we got about 8 5-star prospects that are interested, well, not interested in our school, but are willing to be recruited by us. We got Aviles, a middle linebacker, Putasi, a wide receiver, another K Aviles, I guess, McElroy, wide receiver, not too bad. Wow, 99 speed, that's impressive. Since we're still a 1-star program, we can't really be selective of our 5-star prospects, but as the season progresses, like year 2, 3, and 4, we're going to start focusing on speed and strength. We are now done with the preseason phase, and now we're going into week 1. Looks like we got 400 hours. We're cleaning up our board here, just getting rid of any of the prospects that locked us out. So the first thing I always do when recruiting, I'm going to send the house on all the prospects, the 5-star prospects that I have. Since in this scenario we only have 8 5-star prospects, it kind of works out perfectly because we have 400 hours. So 8 prospects, 50 hours, that's 400 hours. And everyone else is not going to get any hours. So let's move on to week 2. Okay, so technically we're in week 1 because I guess there's a week 0. So we're in week 1 right now. We're cleaning up the rest of our board, getting rid of all the people that locked us out, which we knew was going to happen because we didn't put any hours into them since we only have 400. Our head coach is ready for some upgrades. We got 40 points to spend. I usually always go for quarterback, then running back, then wide receiver. Week 3 is getting a little bit spicy. We're starting to move up the board on a lot of our prospects, our 5-star prospects. Our speedster McElroy with the 99 speed, we're number 2 on his list now. Looks like K of Vials is the only one ready for a visit. His only checkmark was proximity to home, but we have an F in that, so we're not going to go with that. His deal breaker is coach prestige, so we're going to go for that one. On to week 4. Our 99 speed McElroy, our wide receiver, he's ready for a visit. His deal breaker is coach prestige, so we're going to schedule a visit for coach prestige because we have a better grade at a B+ versus athletic facilities, which we had a D. And it looks like K of Vials is ready to be pitched or possibly be pitched. Let's see if we can find any kind of combination of proximity home with, I believe, was coach prestige, right? So prestigious is one of them, where we don't know if conference prestige is what he likes. We definitely know that student of the game isn't because of academic prestige is an X. It could still be athletic facilities, but we have a question mark there. So here's something new I've been trying. We're gonna sway the proximity to home, coach prestige, and conference prestige prestigious because we have a better grade at conference prestige at a C+, and then we're gonna soft sell coach's favorite, the athletic facilities, because we have a worse grade at a D. We are in week 5 now, and it looks like the Vials is ready for a visit. We're gonna go with playing time because we have an A+ in that. When we schedule his visit, T Putasi is ready for a visit as well. We're going with coach prestige because we have a B+. Gaziano, our quarterback that we're recruiting, is ready for a visit. We're gonna go with playing time as well because we have A+. Costello is ready for a visit, and we're going with coach prestige. Agholor, our halfback, is ready for a visit. We're gonna go with coach prestige because we have a B+. Alright, so K of Vials, we're number 5 on his interest list. As he approaches his top 3, we did the soft sell and the sway, but this, I believe the sway worked because we have the conference prestige now. We're gonna hard sell him, and we're gonna give him DM player to fill out his maximum hours of 50, and hopefully that keeps us in the top 3. We're all number 1 in interest, which is really good, so we have a really good chance of signing them, even though we're still in the top 5 phase. We're gonna find a hard sell pitch for D of Vials, and it looks like it's gonna be time to get to work, I believe. And then we're gonna max out his hours with DM the player at 50 hours. With McElroy, we're gonna try to see if we can find what his favorable pitch is. He likes athletic facilities and he likes coach prestige. So we're looking for coach prestige, athletic facilities, and something that's not an X. So it is prove yourself. And we're gonna max out his hours with contact friends and family, but we don't have enough hours, so we're just gonna give him DM player. Hopefully that keeps us in a race when he approaches his top 3 prospects, well, schools. Dang it, so we missed out on K of Vials, the defensive end. He reached his top 3 schools and we are not one of them. Our coach is ready to be upgraded, put a couple more points into our offensive line. We have more hours to allocate, so we are gonna hard sell Putasi, Prove Yourself was the only combination that did not have a red X. And we're going to contact friends and family to max out his hours. DM the player and give McElroy friends and family as well to max out his hours at 65. Gaziano, we can hard sell him now. And it looks like starter is going to be the combination that doesn't have a red X. Max out his hours with friends and family. Costello is ready to be hard sold as well, which is prestigious. Max out his hours with contact friends and family. And Agholor is ready to be hard sold. And Prove Yourself is going to be his hard pitch. Woodfin is ready for a visit. And we're going to go with Coach Prestige because that is our best grade at B+. And we're going to give the rest of the hours, the 10 hours, to Agholor. And that should do it for this week. Ooh, Ty McElroy, our 99 speed wide receiver, has reached his top 3 schools. We are in the final stretch. We have 10 more points for our coach abilities. We're going to finish up the O-line and put 1 point into the defensive line. We had 40 more hours to allocate, so we're going to give Agholor the max 65 hours. And for Woodfin, we only have 25 hours left, so we're going to soft sell him since we know what the 3 check marks are. And probably give him, that social media. It's the final countdown. What do you guys think? Am I going to be able to sign Putasi, Gaziano, Costello? Boom! Ty McElroy, our 99 speed wide receiver, and James Gaziano, our quarterback. Who said you couldn't sign 5-star recruits being a 1-star program? Don't you love to see it, beating out Georgia and beating out Kansas? We got more hours, so we're going to take away that soft pitch for Woodfin, and we're going to hard sell him now. We know the 3 check marks. We're going to max out his hours with DM the player. And now we have more hours to allocate. So we're going to fill out our board a little bit. I'm going to select probably 2 more prospects because I only have 100 hours. The reason for that is because I want to spend maximum hours on these next 2 recruits. Or anytime I refill my board, I always allocate at least 50 hours to them. We are in the top 3 stage for Putasi, our wide receiver. Can we keep Ohio State and Alabama off of us? And for Aviles, our middle linebacker, which is a real close race against Oklahoma and Illinois right now. Let's finish up upgrading our coach abilities, our D-line, and put some points into the linebacker and head into week 10. Oh, hello, Costello, a 5-star halfback. We're currently ranked 55 in the recruiting class because we only have 3 5-star recruits. Let's make that 4 5-star recruits. Welcome to the team, Roderick Agholor. But we did lose out on Dia Viles. He went to Oklahoma. And we lost Putasi. He went to Ohio State. Woodfin is approaching his top 3 schools soon, and it looks like Penn State will probably eke us out and win that. We have about 140 hours left. I'm checking the 4-star and 5-star prospects. There is none that is either interested in our school or available, so we're gonna just have to pick up some 3-stars from here on out and fill out the rest of our team. So Woodfin is entering his top 3 teams, and Penn State is probably going to win this recruit because we can't really do anything else. We have Tatupu, who's ready for a visit, a 4-star right offensive linebacker. So we're going to get rid of Send the House, schedule his visit, and championship contender is what we're going to focus his visit on. Afanua, a tight end, 4-star. He's ready for a visit, so we're going to schedule it for Georgia and focus on Coach Prestige. Brian Jewell, middle linebacker, is ready for a visit. We're going to schedule the visit for Georgia and focus on championship contender because we have a B+ in it. Our coach is ready for some upgrades, so we're going to finish the linebackers and put 1 point into the defensive backs. Welcome to the team, Gabe Fox, left guard, 3-star. And another 3-star right guard, Fetu Chosen. Damn. We did end up losing to Penn State for Tommy Woodfin, the middle linebacker. Nate Tatupu is ready to be hard-selled because we know his 3 check marks. Well, 2 of them and 1's a question mark. So Sunday bound is going to be the one that he wants. Shout out to anybody who remembers Lofa Tatupu, who used to play for the Seahawks. I believe that's what his name was. We lost out on our boy Nate Tatupu. He ended up going to Notre Dame. Brian Jewell, our other 4-star middle linebacker, went to Notre Dame as well. We're actually going to fire our offensive coordinator and our defensive coordinator because our offensive coordinator, the recruiter tree, is not very good. So we're going to get rid of him. And our defensive coordinator, he only has 3 things under recruiter, so we're going to get rid of him as well. And since this is a recruiting simulator, we hope that we can get lucky and hire some offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators that are heavy on the recruiting side. Looking at the available offensive coordinators, we kind of got unlucky here. There isn't really anyone who's heavy on the recruiting side, just it looks like a smidge on the recruiting side. So we're going to go with Tim Ellis because his recruiting tree has a little bit more than the rest of the candidates. The crappy part about the hire staff process is you can't actually see what they have points in for their trees. And for our defensive coordinator, we're going to select Trevor Hawkins for the same reasons. Currently, we are ranked 67 in the nation for recruiting, and we're in bowl week 1. We only have 4 5-star recruits and 2 3-star recruits. But on the plus side, we have the most 5-star recruits at 4. We ended up getting Tim Ellis for our offensive coordinator, but Trevor Hawkins, our defensive coordinator, did not want the job, so we will be looking for another defensive coordinator, and we have chosen Siaki Fanaika. Say that 3 times. Siaki Fanaika signs with us. We have some scrubs trying to leave us. We are in the off-season recruiting and transfer portal process, and there's literally no 5 stars, no 4 stars in our prospect list, so we're gonna have to fill out the rest of our roster with some 3-star scrubs. Speaking of, Virgil Hagen, punter, 3-star. Jamerson Wells, right tackle. Sam Uhatafe, right tackle. Garrison Killens, kicker. Earl Davey, right tackle. Cole Pennington, quarterback. JJ Cole, another quarterback. John Morag, cornerback. Alex Foster, left guard. Chris Hilton Jr., wide receiver. Zachary Card, wide receiver. Emmanuel Bush, defensive tackle. Jaden Marshall, cornerback. And National Signing Day is today, and this pretty much wraps up season 1 of our Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. Georgia is the number 1 recruiting class with 31 recruits, 3 5-stars, and we made the top 25 at number 23, Hawaii Rainbow Warriors with 19 recruits, 4 5-stars, and 15 3-stars. Considering we only had 400 hours, I believe, and only 8 of them was willing to let us recruit them, and we captured 4 of them, is not too bad. I'm TSUYA. Thank you for watching, everyone. Season 2 should be coming up shortly for these Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. And remember, with great power comes great responsibility.